Simplifying decimals there. There's a basic gist here that you can write down here. Yes, Mason? Probably not. We don't want anything to interfere with that party, do we?
No. You can do this.
And here's the deal with what's going on today here. If you see numbers that look like this, okay, if you see a number like that, and when you talk about simplifying decimals, write down this in large, beautiful print here. Okay, you can remove zeros. You can remove zeros from the front of whole numbers and from the back of decimals. Okay, you are allowed to move whole zeros from the front of whole numbers and from the back of decimals. Well, that first one just means, like, if you were writing the number 18, we never put zeros in front. I mean, it just looks strange, and we don't do it. So you don't need zeros in front of that. 18 is just written like that. And the same thing with decimals, except on the other side. Okay, 0.200 is the exact same thing as 0.2. Okay, you don't need ending zeros on decimals. Now, sometimes we use them, like when you're talking about money. Okay, we never write 20 cents like this. If you're talking about money, you really need to have that other one in there because cents is in hundreds when you talk about cents. We don't, nobody tells you to give you 8 cents of a dollar. They tell you to give either 8 cents or whatever it is. So sometimes you need them, but in math, when you're figuring them, you don't need ending zeros. However, I mean, if you have a decimal like this, 0.042, okay, in this case, you do need that zero. Because if you take that zero away, you've changed the number. 42 thousandths is not the same as 42 hundredths. Those are two different things. So you can't remove a zero that's in between non-zero numbers, but if it was something like this, 420000, certainly in that case, you can get rid of all of the ending zeros. You don't need those. Okay, but they have to be at the end. They can't be in the middle of numbers. It couldn't look like this. If you had 2000004, you can't get rid of any zeros there. Those are needed to hold up the space between the 2 and the 4. It has to be ending zero. Somebody out there had their hand up. What are the 4 there? Eli?
I can't really see.
Is that right? What happened?
I'm still in project classes.
Oh, well, how far do you need to move up to C? All the way? Like Ariel all the way, or? I know, but I make a rule not to put Alex and Eli together.
Good rule. Just probably.
Michael says a very good rule. What's that?
Probably just that rule.
Well, see how far it is before you need it there. And the same thing is kind of true. You don't necessarily need this zero here, but it's kind of nice to have it there. You can just write 0.042 in that spot there. But you can't remove it if there's a number out here. 30.02. What zeros can you take away there? None of them. They're all needed. You can't take this away because that would change a 30 into a 3. You can't take that one away because it would change 2 hundredths into 2 tenths, and that's not the same thing. So go ahead and move, Eli. That's my finger. Feel free. Move about the cabin. As you would be. Well, you can sit there today. I don't think, and then tomorrow's the big party, right? You're all playing that night?
I'm sleeping. No, I am.